Hey guys, it's me, Tristan again, and we're back after that week or 2 week break. I'm not quite sure, but most
Man.
likely be a week to episode 107 of the Control Breakers podcast. And you can catch me, like always, at Control Breakers on Twitter. And instead of Mitch, we have Armin being back from
Woo.
all the stuff that he's been doing for the past couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been a crazy time. But I'm back here to talk some video games. As always, you guys can find me at Arminis on Twitter. And keep playing that Witcher. Literally, just keep playing it,
So,
people. Yep.
yeah, and like always, you can get everything you need to know at our Patreon at Patreon /comicbookcast for all of the commentaries, exclusive videos, or exclusive podcasts like our theories on what could happen for Infinity War. That's Patreon
Yeah.
exclusive right now, so you
Oh
can catch
yeah.
that depending on what your tier is. The max tier is $25, so it's not that much, but go check it out for all of our exclusive content. And thanks to all of our Patreons for making this stuff happen. Couldn't do it without
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah, you guys are good stuff. So thanks for the support. As always, you guys get some stuff early. There's also some bonus videos on there. The Marvel Legacy series that's going to be running till right before Infinity War drops
Hmm.
is actually a weekly thing. You guys get an episode a week and a half early every time, so you guys can check that out as well.
Yeah, and I'm gonna probably sneak this in a little bit, probably sooner or later, because I have another contest for you guys that I said I was gonna be doing a while back, or maybe every other month. But I have some codes to give away, and it's gonna need, like how it always is that in the comments below, you're gonna need to have a Twitter account and an email to enter. So there's that, and you're gonna have to post the answer plus the Twitter in the comments below. So I can give one of the first questions right now is for the codes to either Pokemon Silver or Gold. Those are the two
Ooh.
code cards that I have right now. The first question is, what was the first Pokemon?
Oh.
And yeah, and I'll say it again. What was the first Pokemon? And you put your Twitter handle plus the answer and the prize you're going for in the comments below. And a little bit later, I'll do the second question for just for the contest so far. But let's get down into the conversation and the topics we have. There was one that was actually pretty funny and weird that happened over a couple days. I don't know. I mean, if you ever heard of this, but it
I
was
did.
which was UFC pay-per-view streamed on by Twitch, who was being played, pretend to be played by a guy, so he could get past the moderators on Twitch.
Honestly, this dude deserves some sort of award. Like that's some dedication right there. Because I watched a clip of it, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. He's like really pretending to be like, oh, how do I put him in a lockup?
Yeah, it was really funny because people were having a ball with how he got past the moderators by pretending to play. Was it UFC 196? I think that's what it was.
So,
Uh, I'll figure it out. But the streamer, which goes by Lester Gaming, did it, and he was surprised when he got interviewed, or people were asking him on Twitter or his Twitch feed, how did he do it? And he says, I'm very surprised. And people are saying, no surprise, you're doing some illegal stuff on Twitch and pretending that you're the one actually playing. When people automatically know games don't get that realistic, or can't get that realistic at this point in time. But
this dude is my hero.
he is, but it's also going to have or put Twitch on notice to to weed out all these content that shouldn't be streamed if you don't own it. So I
Hmm.
expect them to restructure the algorithm or have more moderators to moderate the Twitch feeds depending on the content and how popular they're getting or how fast they're getting at a certain point. So like if it jumps to the front page, you don't have 500,000 people watching the fight when this
Yeah.
dude's retained to play
And
it as a UFC game.
like I guarantee, because UFC is so crazy about it, they're gonna go after her. Like they're just gonna be after Twitch, being like, "Oh, how'd you let this pass?" How'd you like because Dana White, man, and those people, they're just like against anything like that. It's oof, yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah,
bad. I feel.
yeah. And when people were talking about it, Lester said that he wasn't concerned about any repercussions about what he's doing because he quickly killed the feed and a highlight stream from his channel, so no one can go back and watch it. But people who
Mm.
caught clips and screenshotted what was happening, you can
Yep.
see it was actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
But from one illegal, potentially illegal thing to another, we still have this whole EA debacle with Battlefront 2, which currently they are restructuring the, I guess, the progression system, where now every 10 minutes, instead of getting somewhere around like 250 credits
Hmm.
as a base max for everyone, it's going to go up to, I think, 1,500 credits max for a regular 10-minute match now.
Okay, so
And it's just a weird thing because the EA spokesperson said that they're trying to retool everything, even loot boxes, but the loot boxes are only gone temporarily until they can get this all sorted out. So the loot
yeah.
boxes are coming back.
So here's my whole problem with this thing. EA this year, 2017, has taken loot boxes to the utmost extreme. Star Wars, UFC, FIFA's had it for the last, how many ever games, but it's like, it's really disgusting how far it's got now, because it's you're literally tying being better
Yeah,
to this. So, I mean, I'm a person, I've said it openly, like the new Assassin's Creed, I got it, I was like, man, I don't want to have to go grind through some of this stuff. So I bought myself $20 worth of stuff. I bought myself a couple upgrades and like some of that stuff so I could like upgrade my suit and just have a more fun in the game. That's okay. That's single player. Multiplayer games should not have that. And when they
yeah.
do, that's where I draw a giant problem.
Yeah, it's really weird with this. Is that they're saying that, well, what EA and Dice are saying is that you don't have to, but you kind of have to get the loot from the loot boxes, because it's tied to the progression and whether you get better star cards, because that's how star cards is like, you either get a better area effect grenade to, longer lasting jetpack, or immunity to some damage, like the Boba Fett thing where I think it was either he did, before they patched it, I think it was he didn't get a lot of damage flying through the air than without it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. And I didn't like it how when the spokesperson or I think it was a CTO for EA and Dice came out and said
Oh,
that the reason why they couldn't do cosmetic loot boxes like some of the other games where they just pay through cosmetic items in a loot box where it's just completely random, so the gameplay is not tied to it whatsoever, so everyone can get everything if they just play the game.
listen,
Or-
Tristan, they have to have these, okay? You
I
don't
mean, you
understand.
can still make money with just cosmetic items and new
Eh,
skins, but
but Tristan, that's not how it works, because the canon, Tristan, the
yes,
canon.
that's the weirdest thing is where they said that they blamed Lucasfilms because they could not go against canon. Like, I'm just like paraphrasing here, is that people wouldn't want to play with a pink Darth Vader. It wouldn't make sense with a pink Darth Vader
Now,
running around killing the people.
now,
Same with the
last I
pink one.
remember, because I played Battlefront 1 about a month and a half ago, I could cosmetically change my Stormtrooper to have a Twi'lek head. So this is the most biggest nonsense I've heard. And what's even better about it is the fact that, from what we understand, Bob Iger, the president of Disney, called EA and was like, change this. You're damaging our brand. Now, I don't know if people know this or not. Literally, Disney, this game license they gave to Star Wars to EA, right? Disney makes pure
Yeah.
profit from that.
Yep.
So this could potentially damage their brand, and they don't want that. So I think there could be a lot of repercussions for Disney, or
Well,
from Disney to EA for
yeah,
this.
it is. It's just really the excuse they gave was real asinine, saying that it would damage the canon. When people came out and said, "Yeah, it's gonna damage the canon," like you guys having Darth Maul fighting Rey with a bunch of clone troopers on the map. Most of those, it was like some of those characters or most of those characters wouldn't even be around within decades of each other. So the canon has no point right here. Is that
Yeah.
you most likely Disney gave you the license to make whatever game you wanted, and whatever program or monetization you wanted was best for the investors, and the best
Hmm.
way that the investors saw that they were making money was through microtransactions, be it either cosmetic or pay to win. And DICE and EA went with pay to win, and um, they got a wake up call because apparently when nerds want to play Star Wars, you don't fuck with Star Wars.
Yeah. They, they shot themselves in the foot effectively. I, it's just disgusting. And what's even better is that the old Battlefront 2, the servers got brought back, so you can
Oh
go
yeah,
play that, which is an infinitely better game, and it'll cost you like $1 on Steam.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I mean,
uh,
the people there are people who have bought it and played it and said it's a lot better than the first one, but what they did to it by making the game so that you had to pay for loot boxes to get better stuff or potential to get better stuff is what gets people off. It's what people started reporting on, how people started to grind where they use the rubber band trick because
mhm.
there's no I think system for AFKing to a certain extent. Like in Overwatch, if you try to
Jesus.
AFK by just messing around to get the experience points and not shoot anybody, you'll get kicked from the match. So you have to at least try and shoot people or make some damage before you get kicked from the match. Here in Battlefront 2, you can just run around or have your person run around, and as long as the internet connection doesn't get cut, you'll still get the 250 credits and you'll get what you want.
Yep. I don't even know. I have Battlefront 2. I installed it and I keep patching it, but how many changes and stuff are being thrown into? I'm just like, I don't even want to play this right now, just because there's like no point to it. There is no point to me playing it.
There really isn't unless like you really like Star Wars or you either bought it and you couldn't get a refund for whatever reason for the PC version,
Yep.
or you got it as a gift and you can't really return it if if you don't have like the
Yeah.
receipt with it.
I'm willing to bet this one sells far less than the first
Oh
game.
no, it has sold far less because after the backlash, what we saw was that EA stocks dipped and they had like a $3 billion loss from
Hmm.
that and from the pre-order sales because that's what the publisher and the development team um, give the report to the investors saying, oh, this is our projected income that we're gonna get from the pre-orders and day one sales. And since it got a dip from the stocks and the dip from the negative 3 billion, that's where some of the investors are jumping ship because they don't
Oh.
want to deal with all this mess. So
Whoa.
it's just finally there was a tipping point that gamers had enough of this where EA just took it too far. I mean, like
Hmm.
people could stomach it if it was just cosmetic items and everyone had the same gear and it was the same experience system and progression system. They can stomach that, but once that was pay to win on a 60 to potentially $80 finite purchase, that's where it's like, nope, I'm not giving any money.
Yeah, it's. I'll try it at some point, but I'm not. Nope. EA has EA the hell out of this
Yeah,
game.
and I guess they could learn something, but most analysts said that they were not going to learn anything. They're just going to try and find a different way instead. But so far, Battlefront 2 is probably dead in the water at this point.
Yep. Yeah.
But from that, we go to Epic, the development team behind was it Fortnite, are tinkering
Mm.
with the battle royale system because the people were giving constructive criticism to them because they want better player models and skins than the colorful, cartoony style for their was it their zombie co-op horde multiplayer game, but with battle royale, it's like players unknown battlegrounds. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's for that actual free to play game mode. They are
Uh.
gonna try and make newer models and better models because people want different characters to play as because apparently they're not cool enough.
Listen, if you want to play freaking PUBG, right? Why don't you just go play that? And if you want to play a brighter, more lit up one, why don't you play this one? Like, it's just
I
like,
don't know. It's just they're trying to compete and uh, they're trying to please their entire fan base, even the ones who want it to be a little bit more edgy instead of being different.
yeah.
And this goes with all their newer fixes, I guess, that they're having currently is like the ability to form two subs or squads with your friends in free for all. So like you can form two-man cells or even probably a four-man cell, because I do see some of that happen on the streams from my recommended list for some reason. That where it
Mm.
has like Fortnite free for all. You can watch the streamers and they'll be like two-man cells, four-man cells. So there's technically not any backstabbing, but they're gonna enforce better rules for trying to squash anti team killing, because people do that now still. Trying to get trying to get reactions out of people who just group up and then you automatically kill them. Because I've seen a lot of those coming up on my YouTube recommended list, which I don't really watch all that much. I did watch one, and it was just how I thought it was. Uh, Either a late teen to middle 20 something year old is messing around with some 10 to 12 year old screaming, "Why'd you do that? Why'd you kill me?" Get a headshot and trying to figure out who killed who, and it just becomes a yelling contest.
Oh man, it's. So, I mean, honestly, I have Battle Royale like downloaded on the PS4 and I've tried it. It's really fun. I can see.
Yeah, it is.
Honestly, I find myself liking it more than I did PUBG. Some people might get mad at that, but I find it's better as better developers behind it that seem to be willing to take care of bugs faster. So it's. I don't know. I really enjoy it. Uh, yep.
So they're also going to put more post-match statistics for people
Oh.
who want to see what's going on during the battle. Like who's killed who, at what peak efficiency, or there's like team kills and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, filling the empty parts of the map with points of interest, like areas for scrap to build. Like what Fortnite does. Build towers, walls and stuff like that to
Yep.
weapons.
See, here's my thing. Like, you know how these two games are kind of rivalry, right?
Yeah.
Who's going to be the first one, like Microsoft or Sony, that announces their own in-house one, or like we get one that's like Ghost Recon Royale or something? Because I think that one is going to be the big breakout, because these companies are a little too slow.
Yeah, it's gonna happen when the basic formula comes out. So that's what so they have like the whole layout to what they should and shouldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now they're still in I think it was paid early access. So
Mm.
I think the whole entire free to play game, once they get everything ironed out, it's supposed to come out for definite pay, like just it's a regular copy off the shelf,
Mm-hmm.
where I think like summer of next year. So if once they get all that stuff down, that's when you'll probably see Microsoft or Sony or even Nintendo try and dip their foot into the lake here, because this is a moneymaker if they can get their own PUBG.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh my
They
God.
got it made.
I think, yeah, one of these is going to do it, and I think it's going to be quite revealing to how it's going to come out with a solid studio behind it, and it's going to be interesting to see how this whole battle royale craze plays out.
Because like right now, it's weird, but for Fortnite, they're trying to make it stable, 30 frames per second on I guess the console version.
Mm-hmm.
So we have that, but I don't know if you know about PUBG, but for the console version, for the Xbox One version, it's gonna be a mandatory 30 frames per second. So
Okay, that's not bad.
No, well, it's not bad for the people who don't want to pay for Xbox One X, because
Yeah.
they're the ones that got pissed when they heard the announcement that they were trying to get it to 60 frames per second, but they couldn't do it
Mm-hmm.
because the OG Xboxes couldn't handle 60 frames at whatever graphic fidelity that they had at the time. So instead of that, they're just gonna make it a solid 30 across all platforms of Xbox One.
Okay, well, it's fair enough, I guess. I mean, as long as they can play and enjoy it, that's what matters in the long run, I guess.
Well, yeah, from people trying to get their own IP to another one from another company that's trying to get one resurrected. Yesterday, I believe, we had Capcom celebrating Mega Man's 30th birthday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw the stream, but it was kind of funny because people.
I didn't see the stream, but I saw like a video and stuff. So
Yeah, well, this. Well, if you watching this stream, people were making predictions, and they were going anywhere between like, oh, guess what? We're gonna get probably some wallpapers and a mobile app game that's crappy like the last one, and that's all we're gonna see of Mega Man. But what to our surprise, he got announced was a pair of Mega Man games. One was a re-release, which is actually pretty cool. We'll go over that one first. Is that Mega Man X 1 through 8 is going to be coming to PC, Xbox One, PS4, and Switch summer of 2018.
Good. More games,
yeah.
All right.
So yeah, there's that, and people wanting the I guess a re-release of these collections. Hopefully they're a lot better because for some reason the ones that got released, I think it was in 2004, 2005 for the Xbox, GameCube, and PS2, they're a little glitchy.
Mm-hmm.
And the next one that we had was a new Mega Man game. People thought they were gonna get another X game when they announced the X collection, but no, it's Mega Man 11. And this one's a little different because it's not sprite based, it's 2.5D. So,
okay. Well,
so they showed that the leaked images last year of the redesign of Mega Man, well, redesign of a redesign because they're using the Smash Bros. Mega Man design off of that, and they redesigned them a little bit differently.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really awesome. Some of the animation still needs work because this one's coming out late 2018, so probably a November to December release date for Mega Man 11, and it's coming to a Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and I presume PC also.
This feels like a perfect Switch game, like platformers and stuff. I've been finding myself, I think I own now like 9 Switch games or something.
Oh, that's more than me.
Yeah, there's quite a few good things out there, man.
I think I have probably like 5 so far. Yeah, 5 so far because I don't use my Switch that one. Like the last game I bought was Mario Odyssey, which was an amazing game. But yeah, it's really weird. But I thought I would hopefully thought it was gonna be a new Mega Man X game because that's what I wanted. Mega Man X9.
Yep.
Try to go back to what it was, but yeah, it's good. I know I'm gonna get probably get 2 versions of the Mega Man X collection, probably for PC and PS4, and I'll probably get Mega Man X11 if it does, when it does eventually come out, if it's priced correctly. We don't want a Bubsy fiasco. Freaking that thing does not deserve to be $30. It's $40.
Let's not talk about Bubsy. Awful. Just
What
my
do
God.
you mean? It's what happens when you meme it up on the internet, and then the development team or publisher think that's what people want.
That's true.
Well, yeah, it was cool. They also had I think an art wallpaper that was made for the 30th anniversary, going through all the characters in the history of Mega Man, wishing him a happy birthday. And then I think it was Game Informer had a special release cover for it too, which people were wondering why like this Mega Man or this Mega Man wasn't on there. It was mostly just for all of the versions of Mega Man.
Yeah.
Mega Man 1 through 11. So there's that.
Yeah. Well, still, at least like you're getting more Mega Man, which can be a lot more to say than some people are getting for franchises they love. So you can't really complain. I mean, you can't complain, but you just kind of sound like an a-hole. So
Well, yeah, hopefully, when we're talking about IPs and franchises, hopefully PSX that's supposed to be coming in the next few days. Hopefully they announce some resurrected IPs also during that time.
I am real excited for that. I'm hoping it's not a letdown like a few of the years have been, because some years there's been legit good stuff. So
it is, but it's really weird because companies like Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony have to pick and choose when they're gonna announce something, because they don't want to announce something now more than they don't want to announce something that's like 2 to 3 years out in the distance, and it's not gonna be be in a playable or showable state to the public anytime soon.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, but we got we got the Game Awards and PSX coming up at the same time.
Yeah, which is really weird because they have to who did the Game Awards and is the actual host?
Dorito man, Jeff Keighley.
Yeah, I was like, is it Jeff Keighley?
Gotta love Dorito man.
Yeah, Jeff Keighley has this weird I guess negotiation or contract with Sony where since they're like what is it like days within each other,
Hmm.
he tries to get a deal so he can get some of the announcements at the Game Awards show. So he
Yep.
has something to show, and then whatever's left over is at PSX.
Yeah, well, I like it because they're working together, and honestly, like he funds that thing out of pocket. So
Yeah,
congrats
no,
to him
it's
for loving
yeah,
video
yeah,
games.
it's really cool. I mean, there's some corniness and cringy stuff
Ooh, yeah.
that's been happening over the years, but it's been getting better.
I mean, last year I think I was literally ready for him to bend Kojima over and just give it to him. So, like, because those two dudes
And I
clearly
think,
love each other.
and what was it? I think Kojima, was it Del Toro,
Oh yeah.
and one other guy is supposed to be at the Game Awards this year, I think.
I think Norman Reedus is supposed to be there too in some
Yeah,
sort of capacity.
yeah. So all three of them are gonna be there. So most likely we're gonna see more of was it Death Stranding,
Hmm.
hopefully. Um, but yeah, since Joe told me I had to keep this really, really short, we still have some time since this other news that we had was kind of old, so we didn't really need to talk about it. We have enough time for what we've been playing this week.
All right. I'll start. I'm still playing The Witcher.
Really?
Dude, I'm playing well because I got the Xbox One X,
Oh yeah.
so I got it on
Did you
that
get
because
the
it was on
Scorpio
sale.
version where it's just
Oh, of course I got the Scorpio
where
version.
it's
Yeah.
just name tag Scorpio and there's nothing else
Yep.
different?
But I got that. It's pretty good. Witcher's running good. It still doesn't have the 4K patch, but it looks amazing nonetheless. So I'm playing that. And I've been playing a lot of at least on PC. I got it. I'm blanking my name. Blanking name. Warhammer. I can't remember if it's Dawn of War 3 or whatever, but I got that, and it's
Oh,
really good.
because like
So
the only thing I know about Warhammer for 40K is all those weird memes that uh
yeah.
kind of pop up, and I'm like I don't really get it.
Well, that and then also I'm playing Warcraft casually, like
Okay.
5 hours a week. I'm playing World of Warcraft. So
Okay, going back
yeah.
into that grind. Me, I just been trying to finish up Ultra Sun, going through the motions because
Mhm.
holidays and everything's been busy, and trying to not break my wallet because unlike some people, I do have my Steam account app on my phone. So what
Oh
ends
yeah.
up happening is that Steam will alert me with my wish list saying, "Ooh, this is on sale. Ooh, this is on sale. Ooh, this is
Yep.
on sale." And I look and I'm like, okay, but can I wait and see if you can see any lower? Because there's a couple of games that like they're a couple years old, but they're like still like 19, $29, and
Hmm.
oh wait, and then it comes out, ooh, this one's 7.99, okay, and I get that, and I still have to try and save most money because they still have the winter sale that's coming up at the end of the year.
Yeah.
But
It's
other than that, I've been playing. I don't know why I did it, but I bought Sonic Mania for my PC. I've been like did a little Q&A thing or just something laid back on the Control Breakers channel. It was one of the
hmm
first things I ever did trying to get used to it, but you can catch those up if you want to. Other than that, yeah, it's just um waiting for Okami to come because it's getting
Oh
a
yeah.
remaster next week. Is coming out next week, I believe.
Well, I just bought that new speaking of remasters, the Dead Rising 4
Oh.
Frank's Big Package or how it's called.
Yeah, you might want to get that because they did it again. I think it was like what they did with 2 and 3 is where they I don't know why they locked it behind a paywall, so you had to get the DLC to get the actual ending.
Yeah,
That's
forget,
that's
bro.
that's
Yeah,
the
I
reason.
remember that.
Yeah, that's the reason why that the PS4 version is different. It's called Frank's Big Package version or whatever. And
Uh,
oh, and I got I got some games over Black Friday because they were cheap. I got a silver PS4 controller for my PC, and I got Assassin's Creed Origins, and I don't know why I got this one, but I got Knack 2, baby.
oh yeah, I got that as well. Like, cause I did the thing on Black Friday where I was impulsive. I was like, ah, I got some money. I got some money. And I grabbed like every game that was on sale. I was like, I don't even want this, but I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really good. I mean, it's I just saw it's originally it was like $39, but I just saw it for 15, and I was like, whatever. I mean, the first one was kind of okay. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. Just to have it right here on my desk next to some some other games that I have that I need to get to.
Hmm.
But this should be the end of the podcast. I don't know if I guess I could. If you guys want to hear the questions one more time for either a code for or Pokemon Gold or Pokemon Silver, I'll do it again. Number 1 is, what was the first Pokemon? And number 2, who was originally supposed to be the mascot for Pokemon?
Okay.
So there's that. And thanks for watching or listening, whether you're doing it on YouTube or iTunes.
Or the iTunes, but God knowing iTunes and SoundCloud, it's going to be half an episode of uploads for some goddamn reason.
SoundCloud's been having some issues for all our podcasts for some reason, where things will be clipped and stuff.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't even understand what's happening.
I see.